Touch your shades on me like I'm Biggie, baby. Smoking big.
What's up, guys? Inkdax here, bringing you my very first episode of Storytime. And yes, it is exactly what it sounds like. It is Storytime. Every one of these episodes is going to consist of me telling you guys a story that has happened to me, basically about something that has happened to me in my life. And this story is going to be about roughly 4 or 5 years back. Maybe I think it might have been 2011, my freshman year of high school or so. And yeah, so let's hop right into it, I guess. This is domination, so I guess I can drag it out as long as I possibly can. Or we can maybe tell 2 stories, I don't know. But yeah, pretty much my freshman year of high school, my dad used to work 3rd shifts, and I used to have to be at home at night by myself until the morning, until he got off about 6. He would go into work at about 11, and he would get off at 6 in the morning, and I would have to be to school by like 7:30. So you know that roughly worked out. I lived in an alright neighborhood, not the best neighborhood. I mean, I guess you could call it the hood, but I mean, you know, it is what you perceive it to be. It was not the greatest neighborhood, I won't lie. But, you know, we never really had any problems at all. That was really bad, I just missed with that. We never had any problems around the neighborhood, ever, throughout the 14, 15 years that I had lived there, up until the point of my life, up until this one specific night. Now, my dad was working 3rds, like I had said, and he was worried about me being home alone, because he didn't want me like sneaking girls over or having parties or anything while he was at work and me doing stupid stuff. So he put in like a change of schedule basically in his work to get a different shift change. He wanted to go from 3rd shift to 2nd shift, so that way he would be working until 11 at night and he'd be home, you know, being able to basically observe what I'm doing throughout the day, or at night, you know, me not doing anything stupid, like I already said. And yeah, so one night, it was like the 1st or 2nd week I had started high school, the freshman year. Now it was a normal day, everything was alright, nothing was off, to me at least. My dad went to work at about 11 o'clock, and I was sleeping by at least 11:30 or so. It was me and my dog were the only people at the house. And, you know, I never really felt too scared, you know, being at the house alone with my dog. I mean, you know, who wouldn't feel protected with an animal at the house, you know what I mean? They bark, they deter, they'll do anything, you know. But for some reason, you know, up until this point, my dog, he never used to bark. And I don't know why. He was retarded. He still is retarded, but, I mean, yeah, I got really distracted right there. He was a silly dude, and he never used to bark, man. Like, nothing would make that dog bark. Like, I didn't understand it. You know, I always said what happened. This connection is really bad. You know, if something ever happened, you know, would he go crazy? Would he bark? Well, on this night, I sure as fuck found out what the hell he would do if something went down, and this night is really scary, to be honest with you, man. I was home alone, you know, I was 14, 15 years old. About 12:30, I heard the loudest noise you could ever fucking imagine. And I used to sleep on the couch because I was always too scared to sleep in my room. So I slept on the couch, and I slept on the couch every night, you know, and it's right by the front door. And basically, the loud crashing noise I heard was someone kicking in my front door. Now, mind you, I was home alone, and I was 14 years old. Young as hell. I did not know what to do. I honestly thought I was going to die. Now, what happened was when I heard this noise, I booked upstairs. I ran upstairs, my dog came with me. I shut the door to my dad's room, and I called my dad first. That was my first mistake. I should have called 911, you know. I just wasn't thinking, I mean, who else is going to be thinking when something crazy like that happens, you know. And being that young, you know, I didn't know what to do. You know, I was not prepared for this. I was sleeping on the couch, and they kicked in my front door right where I was sleeping, you know? That's fucking scary. And at this point in time, like I said, I didn't know what was going on. So after I hung up with my dad, he told me to call the police as soon as I could. So I did that. I called the police. And I'm on the phone with the operator. She's like, 911, what's your emergency? And I'm like, look, bitch! I think my house is getting broken into. I mean, I didn't really say it like that, but you know, I was like, I think my house is being broken into, and I shit you not, 2-3 seconds after I said that, I heard my door get kicked in again, because basically, I had 2 latches on my door that kept it from being able to be kicked in one time, you know, and there must have been 2 of them because they kicked the door in twice, and the second time they gained entry. At this point, I tried hiding under my dad's bed, that didn't work out too well for me. I couldn't fit, but, yeah, my dog was under the bed hiding like a little bitch. But yeah, he went crazy when they kicked in the door, so at that point I knew what happened. I'll never forget this night, man. It was 12:30. I remember hearing this loud crashing noise and looking up at the clock and freaking the fuck out. Like, it really scared me, but at this point, you know, I'm like, yeah, they're definitely breaking in my house. They just kicked in the door again, and she's like, you need to hide. And, you know, I went and hid in the closet, which was kind of sketchy because the closet floor had never really been finished. So, I mean, I didn't, you know, but fuck it, man. If I'm in danger, you know, I'm going to do what the fuck I got to do to hide, you know. And I hid under some insulation that hadn't been finished yet, like I said. I hid under that, and I heard some scuffling going on downstairs. I really couldn't tell you what they did. If they didn't get anything, that's for sure. I remember being on the phone with the operator, like, crying. I mean, who wouldn't be crying, you know? I was fucking scared as hell. Didn't know what to do, like I've said multiple times. Like, I just can never wrap my finger around what had happened, man. It was probably, by far, the most scariest thing that ever happened to me up until that point in my life. Crazy shit has happened since then, but there's another part to this story. Like I said, they gained entry, but they didn't get anything. Now, about 2 or 3 months later, around Christmas time, it was weird because this morning I woke up for school and I was standing outside. It was a snowy day, cold. I was standing on the curb waiting for my ride, and I just felt like I had been being watched, and it was a strange feeling. You know, I mean, I didn't know what to do. You know, I was just like, wow, I feel weird. I feel like I'm being watched. I feel like someone's watching me or waiting. You know, it was a crazy feeling, and I couldn't put a finger on it. And lo and behold, you know, I came home the next day, or that day after school, and all I did was open my side door, and I noticed things were different, and I didn't walk in the house because I was too scared. You know, I didn't know what was going on. I said, Dad, I think something happened to the house. I don't want to go in because I didn't know if there was anyone still in there, if something was still going on. My dog had been locked up in the cage, so there was nothing he could have did. And when my dad came home, I went in the backyard, and my back window was busted open. I went in the house. My entire house was destroyed. Couches were flipped open, cut open. They were looking for things maybe being hidden in the couch. It was very scary. I mean, that was scary too. You know, I felt very violated, and you know, I don't know, man. My entire house was destroyed. My Xbox had gotten taken. My PS3 got taken. All my games were gone, obviously. You know, our safe was gone, and that had my ring. Because I played in a baseball tournament in Cooperstown. It was called Cooperstown All-Star Village, and every player gets inducted into their little Hall of Fame. That got taken. You know, I'll never have something like that again in my life. You know, that really hit me hard. It sucked, man. Like I said, I felt very violated. And after that, I told my dad, I was like, Dad, I don't ever want to go step foot in this house again. You know, after it being broken into once while I was home alone, and then coming home to your house being completely and totally destroyed, you know, that just put the icing on the cake for me. You know, I didn't feel comfortable being in the house or wanting to be anywhere near that house, you know. It was rough, you know. After that, my dad said, okay, we won't go there anymore. We won't be there. So we ended up living in a hotel for like 3 months of my freshman year, and I'll tell you right now, that really did suck. I hated that a lot. I mean, I had no type of freedom. I couldn't go do anything, you know. I can't just be like, hey guys, want to kick it at the hotel, you know. It doesn't really work like that. People aren't going to be like, yeah, sure, man, let's go hang out at your hotel room. It really did suck. But I mean, I got through it. I'm still alive today. It was just a very rough point in my life, man. I was young. I'll never forget it. You know, it's something I'll never ever forget in my entire life. But yeah, guys, that was story time. Episode 1. We're playing BO1. Obviously, you guys have been watching me suck ass at this the whole time. But yeah, that's my story. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please remember to drop a like on this video. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I'm Ink, and I am out. Thanks, guys. Have a nice day.